Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. By now it's no secret that the EcoBoost Mustangs can make plenty of horsepower, and like any other engine, the EcoBoost is going to benefit from getting more air in and then more air out. In the case of this EcoBoost behind me, it already has a cold air kit, so today we're going to concentrate on the exhaust side by installing this MBRP off-road downpipe. The downpipe is going to attach to the turbo. It's one of the easiest ways to make more horsepower by enlarging it over the factory piece. This MBR piece is made of stainless steel with mandrel bends and a 3-inch diameter, but will still work with your stock exhaust system. It comes with everything necessary for installation, and today we're going to install it on this 2017 EcoBoost Mustang. For this installation, a lift or a jack and jack stands, 3/8 ratchet, 13mm socket, 15mm shallow socket, 15mm deep socket, 16mm socket, 7/8 or oxygen sensor wrench, exhaust hanger removal tool, and a hammer. The installation is actually going to begin under the hood. The first thing we're going to do is disconnect the O2 sensors, and you can actually get to the bolts from the downpipe from here, so we get them started up top, then we'll move underneath. What we're going to do first is disconnect the O2 sensors so we can make it easier to get the pipe off when we're finished. The one is located in the back towards the firewall, the other one just follow the pipe down and you'll see the plug. This is going to be a little bit harder to see, but the nuts are on the back of these studs coming off the turbo which hold the downpipe on. I've always found it's easier, you can actually loosen them up top here, makes it easier to get the pipe out later. All right, the bolt's off, now we can move under the car. All right, so now we're under the car. The first thing we're going to do is remove these two nuts. This will separate the clamp from the downpipe, and the resonator allows us to separate it. Then we're going to remove the hanger, and then finally the bracket holding the downpipe in place, and remove it from the car. Once you remove these two bolts from the sprocket from the side of the transmission, you want to make sure you support the pipe because it is loose now and will come out. Put it on the ground. All right, with the pipe off the car, now we're going to remove the oxygen sensors. Now when you install them on the MBRP pipe, make sure you put them in the same order. The green one goes up high, the gray one's going to go down below. Now the O2 sensor is off, the next thing we'll remove is the bracket. The only part we're going to need from the factory exhaust is this exhaust gasket or donut here. Now this could be a couple places. It could be stuck here. It may have fallen out when you separated the pipe, or it could still be in the turbo. But make sure you have this because if you don't put it on, it's not going to seal properly. Now we can begin the installation of the MBRP. The first thing we're going to do is install the oxygen sensors that we just removed. Again, be very, very careful. Make sure you put them in the correct order. The green one goes towards the turbo. The gray one goes further down the pipe. Make sure you put a dab of anti-seize on them as well so they don't get locked in there. All right, now we're going to install the bracket onto our new MBRP downpipe. Again, make sure you're careful of the orientation that you install it in the right location. Also, just make the bolts hand tight for now. We do want to have the adjustability on the car. All right, now you want to make sure you seat the donut in the downpipe to put it up into place, but also double check that it seats in the turbo before we start tightening the nuts down. Okay, with the nuts on the turbo, now we'll install the bracket bolts to hold it to the transmission. With those installed, keep them loose, and now we're going to install the extension that goes from the downpipe to the resonator. We're going to install the supplied clamp on the front, then slide it over the downpipe, put it up and connect to the resonator, and then into the hanger. All right, so now we're going to hold the pipe up into place roughly where it's going to go, and then start to tighten down the bolts at the turbo first. All right, now I'm going to move further down and tighten up the bracket. And with that tight, we can move on to the lower bolts, and then finally the clamp. All right, now we're going to plug in the O2 sensors and then finally tighten down the bolts once again at the turbo. The one sensor you can probably get from under the car, the other one will have to go up top. And your installation is finished. All right, with the installation finished, now we're going to fire it up, check for leaks, but honestly, we just want to hear how it sounds. Now keep in mind, this car has muffler deletes, still has a resonator on it, it'll probably be on the loud side. Definitely louder, and you can really hear the turbo. As we come to expect from MBRP, the fit and finish overall of the downpipe was excellent. This is going to free up a lot of horsepower in EcoBoost as well. Something to keep in mind when installing an off-road downpipe, you will need a custom tune when you're finished. The installation should take you around 2 hours and be back on the road in no time.